Okay, we're gonna edit a cart with fade paint like this. We're gonna do in Aston Martin. I'm gonna have to scroll to get there, and so you'll see a couple of my other paint jobs done with a two fade. I'm gonna show you a two fade, and then I'm probably gonna add a three fade. That is a two fade, light fade. It's a light two fade. On that one, we got BMW, Porsche RS Concept. This one's a two fade, so it's a blue and a pink. That's a three fade, which is that one's a little tougher to do, and I haven't done a video for that one. Then this is the Aston Martin we're gonna do, which has a two fade, but it's not very obvious. We're gonna first start off with removing the vinyls from the car, and then we'll get the edit and paint the car. So I'm gonna paint it in a candy or metallic. I'm probably gonna go with metallic, just because I think the metallics look better. We'll do it in metallic green. We're gonna go with metallic green, yeah. And then we're gonna go back to our vinyls. We're gonna go to patterns and garnets, and we're gonna do a fade, and you're gonna blow that vinyl all the way up, and then rotate it to the front of the car. Where you're gonna also rotate the heavier fade so it's facing towards the ground. And then you're gonna line it up. Probably use the grill to line up, or like the bumper car where the bumper connects to the hood. You can use that to kind of line up your vinyl so it's perfectly straight on the car, and you're gonna drop it all the way down. You can see me lining it up right now, using those lines like right under the light. Then you're gonna drop it down. You're gonna click it on. You're gonna get it on. I'm still straightening it out a little bit because it's not perfect. I can just tell that. So I'll straighten it out. I'm gonna drop it, and then I am gonna click paint through at some point, so that it paints through all the way to the back of the car without leaving any marks. You're gonna drop it down on the car as far down as you can. Depending on how heavy you want your fade to be, you can leave it up. Now I have the paint through on, as you saw right up at the top. I'll drop an arrow there. And then we're going to change the color of this fade to I think we're going to do a deepish greenish blue. I think that's a cool fade. And then as you can see right on that side panel, it didn't go all the way down, so I just had to push the vinyl down a little more. Now it's gone. And that's a two-tone fade we got. So we got the green to a blue, which is kind of cool. And then we're going to add this dot spray paint like dot, and then I'm going to change the color. I'm blowing this one up as big as possible, and I'm just kind of messing with it a little bit right now, so that I can see it. Having a little technical issues here just with the game. It sometimes has, it's a little finicky with the vinyls, so don't get discouraged if it fights you a little bit. And I will take the paint through off so it doesn't go through the other side. I'm gonna place one over every tire. This one's not. This color's not showing up, and it's not doing what it normally does. So I'm probably gonna change the color here to that one. I think that light blue looks good. Yeah, see, it just jumped onto a different vinyl. See how it just jumped out? That's what I mean by it being a little finicky. So you just have to replace the vinyl, make sure it sits on properly. As long as it's sitting right, should be good to go. Then I'm gonna start setting up these vinyls with this light blue fade. I was just checking paint color there, make sure it's the same color. Yeah, see, I took the paint through off. Now, there's clearly a problem with my vinyl, and I think I don't have that rotated, so I'm going to rotate that vinyl just so it's perfect. I think I actually need to slide it to the left a little bit so it hits that side of the car. I think it's off to the right. We'll adjust it, straighten the vinyl out. I straightened it out, and I think I didn't realize that it wasn't. I need to move it over still. Yeah, so I straightened it out a little more, and then I'm gonna bump it over just a bit. It's still there. So you just keep going. You just keep edging it over slowly, until it's right there. There we go. There we go. And then I'm gonna do the other side with those taper rims. So it has the light blue taper rim on it. We'll add those with the tires. And to do these, you just want to kind of get it so it brushes right up onto the edge of the tire. So you kind of center it on the tire, and then you just slide it up a little bit so it's not centered 100% on the tire. You bring it up a little more. And then that's all you do for the taper fade, and you're done. And that'll be a two-tone car. It's pretty easy. I'm adjusting the color of my two-tone so it's a little deeper. You can obviously change it depending on what color you want. So you can go with like a purple, which doesn't look great on that car. Kind of makes it not great, like a mint looking color. So you just can mess with them, mess with what you want to do. That gives like a 3-tone layer look. It almost pulls a 4-tone because there's a yellow look to it with the green. But yeah, you just play with colors and paints, and you'll get different stuff depending on what you do. So I'm just gonna mess around with the paint color. I think I'm gonna stick with a deep blue like this just because it looks good, but we will see. And then I'm gonna place some letters on the license plate. You can zoom in, just 2-finger zoom. It's a little annoying because you have to zoom for like every time you click the letters, and I didn't realize that. So I'm gonna be zooming a lot. Size your letters down to right size. So I'm gonna size them down, and I think I'm changing them to black. And then I'm gonna try and get them as perfectly centered in there as possible. I'm gonna spell "by" just because it's kind of funny. And you do have to be careful that you don't click onto the vinyl like I just did. It will click on, and make sure you remove paint through, which I just did. And then I'm gonna set this up as best as I can, trying to center it on the car. So it's gonna take a little bit to get it fully centered. But yeah, and then to keep the letters all the same scale, so once you place your B, just click B, click OK, so click your check mark, and then click the next letter, and it should scale it to the exact same size as your B, and then you just drag and move it onto it. Sometimes I feel like the letters don't fully scale. Like this one, it looks a little different of a scale size, but I don't think it is. And I think that's part of the reason why you see me mess with it a little while. And I think I'm going to up the size of it, of the letters, which I really should just remove the Y, which I just did. And here's what I mean. So I'm going to probably, click on the E, move B, click E, click check. Now I accidentally switched it. So click the check mark, then B, and see now it's scaled to the exact same size. Then you can adjust them, and I'm trying to adjust it so it's perfectly centered. So I'm going to get the Y and put the Y back on, and then I'm going to slowly scooch the letters back into place. Currently it's a little, so it's going to need to slide to the right, it looks like. This Y doesn't seem to scale to the same size, or just doesn't feel the same scale, so that's why you see me mess with it a few times, is it just doesn't feel like it's sitting right, so I think I blow it up maybe a little bit, not sure. And then just move the letters in. I feel like E right there is right about center, so I'm trying to center it off of the logo that you see, the Aston Martin logo, but also centering it in this license plate bracket. It is nice because this is one of the few cars that actually does have a license car bracket, which is kind of fun to customize a license plate into. And then that's what I did, and I'm pretty happy with that. It's pretty center, and I feel like that's pretty good. It looks pretty good at least. So I think we're gonna leave it like that. And then I'll just show you some views of the car, so you can see it completed, and then that should be it.